Heaven know you beautiful and gorgeous souls out there. Welcome to the Healing Rainbow. I'm Michelle Rainbow.
I'm Lori the Warrior. I'm just trying to get my shit together.
Yeah, so we said we're bringing you in, and it's raw and it's
Real?
It's real.
Yes.
I'm not feeling it today for a video. I don't feel the creativity.
No.
I don't know kind of what I'm feeling. Like, I know I said it feels like and it's not a bad thing. Like, I feel that my mind is just clear right now.
Yeah.
So I don't have the thoughts or anything like that. And that's always a good place to be when you're meditating.
Yes.
So apparently my mind is on the meditative state right now. And I like to express and share when I feel that creativity. I feel God speaking through me. Because if I don't have anything to say, I don't say anything. I find in those conversations, those discussions, it's great to have both. It's great to speak and share those words of wisdom, but it's also good to just listen mindfully. So we're just trying to kind of figure out what we want to share with the Healing Rainbow right now and the inside of it.
Yeah. So we just turned the camera on and said, here we go. And we said, how about sharing our journey? Because we haven't done that yet.
No,
Right?
I think through our groups and stuff, we would share bits and pieces
Yeah.
about who we are.
Yes.
And we share our journey.
Yeah.
With them.
Yes.
So I do think that is a great place
It
to
is.
start.
It is.
We'll be sharing more, obviously, throughout all of our videos, whether it's our personal diaries per se, sharing that,
Yes.
the video diaries.
Yes.
But I think this is a great space right now.
Where did this all begin? What brought you
the
to
Healing
developing the Healing Rainbow? Because this was
Yeah.
your brainchild, Mish.
Yeah,
This was your love.
I know. Well, I know when, and I've shared some of this, when Damien passed, that's where I started going through that transformation. And it's been a long transformation because there's a lot of things that I realized I need to be making those changes. I'm not being authentically me. And even at that time, I really didn't know what that even meant. I started going on this spiritual path. There was a store we had downtown here, and I started going in, and I would go in every day. I would have coffee with the ladies, and it's a metaphysical store. And I started attending like the workshops and stuff that they had there. And one was doing the Reiki courses.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember reading about it. I'm like, oh, I like that. I'm not sure really what it's about, but something told me that I need to be taking these courses. So I did. And so I got my Reiki Master Certificate, and within that, it was the Reiki level 1. And I felt a shift inside of me. I was on the table, and because we were practicing the hands-on healing of everybody that was in the group. And when I was on that table, because it was my turn to receive that healing, my whole body was vibrating. But when I opened eyes and look at my body was not moving. I was shaking like I was literally having convulsions. And I felt myself crying, but no physical tears were coming out. And I felt a piece of something being put back in to, it was either I can't figure out if it was my heart or my solar plexus, like right in this area right here, a piece coming back in. And it's like when you're putting a puzzle or something together, you're trying to maneuver an object to fit into something. Like I felt this twisting and turning and something trying to fit and click inside me. And I didn't know what that was. Like I had no idea. And I know I can share with you what that was now. That was a piece of my soul coming back in. We have our soul fragments that get scattered within our life. And that was a part of me that was coming back in, and that was the start of my journey. And from there, yeah, it was still a rough haul. And that because Damien, he was gone, and I started realizing what our connection was. And our connection was a soul connection, but he was one of my soul mates. He was my best friend. And that connection we had, it was a spiritual connection. And so when he was gone on the other side, and he finally made it to where he needed to be, because he was stuck here for a long time. And so when he finally made it to, like I said, where he needed to be, he took me on journeys within the different dimensions within ourselves. He took me to the stars, and well, his twin brother Daniel was with us too in the dream. But in the dream, because we were on a big bed, all of us sitting on a big bed together while Daniel was sleeping, and it's like we flew up into the galaxies, into the universe. But Daniel wouldn't wake up, and knowing what that is now, he didn't wake up in this life, and he's not here anymore either, as he died too. But within that dream, we were floating among the stars, and he said, "This is us." And that is something I have never ever forgot, because we are those stars in the sky. And another dream that he took me to was we were spiraling up, flying up in a spiral, and we went into the light realms. And within the light realm, it was the angels and archangels and stuff in that realm there. And you hear the beautiful singing. You could they weren't in form, like a body form of them. It was just light. They are just light. And went into another part of that light realm that's connected to it, and that was the Godhead. And I remember hearing before the term Godhead. Obviously, I didn't know what it was until when I went in that dream. It's just a fountain of light. So you think of a water fountain, but being full of light, and light coming through and down, and that's what we're connected to, is that Godhead. So that light that comes down to us, that's the piece of the spirit that flows through us, or life force. So he brought me there too, and he also brought me into the ocean, into the womb of Mother God, the ocean of our consciousness. And that's where my soul was being born. And I could feel myself, I was floating to the left, going through all these colors of light. And I remember, like, there were symbols, there was designs and stuff like that, and it was making up my soul. So I was in that womb being born. And so just from those, few of those journeys that he taught me, I was like, there's something here that I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure out who I am and what I need to be doing within this world. What is my purpose? And that's something I always ask people within the Healing Rainbow. Who are you? What is your purpose? And why are you here? And then, through that, I had ayahuasca and San Pedro journeys there in Peru. And that has opened up my life too, where I started realizing that ayahuasca is Mother God, and that's the yin in the Chinese Tao, and the yang is the San Pedro, and that's Father God. So that's the heavens, and ayahuasca is the earth. But both of them together, both of the energies, the masculine and feminine energy, right there is one, is God. So learning that too, and I'm trying to figure out, well, what do I do with all this information, And I still can never kind of, find that. I always just started knowing, even from as a small age, I wanted to help people. And I was always the one that was trying to fix, rescue everybody. And when I realized, well, I need to do that for me. I need to heal me. And I want to help and heal other people who actually want that help. And then within that journey, like, it was just challenging. I can say bumpy, the dark night of the soul so many different times. And then Daniel was gone. And that took another tear out of my heart. And then the issues with my daughter and the struggles that she had throughout her life too, was a huge part of this, and connecting with this, that I want to help people. I know I can help people. It's like I know what I need to do, and I know that I can help them, and I know that I want to, but they need to want that help too.
Yes.
And if they do, I guarantee that I can help transform them, because they'll be doing the work, but I'm just that guide. And so I moved to Edmonton and thought, okay, you know what, I want to start over. I need to know what I want to do. And still, again, didn't know. Stayed in the same field as I'm in, the helping field, the social work field. I'm not a social worker though, but I'm in the social work field. I have my diploma in child and youth care counseling, and I took other schoolings and stuff, and had a lot of experience working with children, youth, and families, people that have mental health and addictions and so forth. And it brought me on a journey to meeting somebody in my life that I never knew there was a soul connection that was so deep and so strong. There's no beginning and no end to that connection. God brings these people in our life, all those different soul connections, whether it's kindred spirits, twin flames, or soulmates. And that one person is my twin flame. And at that time, I had no idea what the fuck a twin flame was. I just knew there was a soul connection. And I started hearing about this twin flame thing within books, but it was with spiritual beings and like archangels and stuff. They have their twin flames, and like, oh, okay, has nothing to do with me. But then after I met that person, and it felt like I like fell off a mountain or something, somewhere so high that I just kept falling the entire time. It's like it never stopped, and it's like it's still kind of not stopping. Like when you fall in love with somebody, you feel like you're actually falling. And I was doing that the entire time, and I couldn't stop no matter how much I tried. And I'm like, but I don't understand this. I could hear, it's like I could hear his thoughts. Like I had that telepathy with him. And I just knew what he was thinking, what he was feeling, like everything. And I would test it, and I would ask. But within that person needed to do their healing work. I needed to do my healing work still. Because I thought, oh, you know what, I'm good. I'm following the things I need to. No, I was still far, far, far away from that healing journey. He was mirroring things to me that I need to work on. I was mirroring things to him that he needed to work on. But through that entire experience, I felt like he was a part of me. And I'm like, how can somebody be a part of you? I felt like he was actually inside of me, like in my body with me. And I would feel that person like they were actually sitting with me physically. And I did not understand that. And there's just so much more I could say about that twin flame journey, and I'm not going to say it all today. But that has been my biggest awakening, actually, was there. That was the start of, me being awake, me starting my ascension journey from that right there. And what I've been learning is that we are all a piece of God. We are all God. And we are all one in the same. And this world, there's a lot of darkness in this world, and when you're on that ascension path, it's about remembering who you are, but remembering to reconnect again with God, because we've lost that and separated ourselves for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And when we start awakening again, it's about that we're connected to God again, and He will be guiding us on our journey now, and He helps to, because He's the light. So like I said, the Mother and Father God as one is God, and it's light. Brings that light into us. That's that life force, that spirit, and we are here to anchor that light on the earth. That's what you can call them: indigo children, light workers, star seeds, twin flame souls. We are here to bring that light here on earth. We're here to anchor that love. Like I always thought, well, why isn't God called love? Because it's unconditional, divine love, true love. And that's what that twin flame relationship is that piece right there. That's why it's the strongest connection, because I'm right at God with Him. Me and Him are at that Godhead together. We were born together. So on this path here, throughout all of that, I wanted to find a way to help people. And I'm like, well, how do I do that? I thought, okay, well, I can give Reiki to people. And I'm like, but that's, to me, wasn't enough. Right? I'm somebody who likes to do that one-on-one work with them. And then I got into meditation and doing that meditation, and then now yoga, that I do yoga and stuff as well. And it's that connection with people, building on that connection, making those connections, those bonds and stuff like that. That oneness, as I said. And so trying to bring all of that I have learned on my path, and bringing that into a space where I can share my journey with others to help them on their own journey of healing, and bringing in the different healing modalities in there. So that's where kind of the healing rainbow comes from. I've always loved rainbows. And my twin flame said to me, he said, Michelle, your superpower is rainbows. So that's where...
the healing rainbow.
The healing rainbow, I guess.
Yeah.
So not sure whether my journey is still going at this time, as we don't know. It's all in the unknown, but it's exciting at the same time. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I do know what I'm doing. So I know what I'm doing to help people, but I have no idea what I'm doing to get there on this journey to bring the healing rainbow together. So that's just, a piece, just a small piece of me, but
Thank you.
Your turn.
Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
It's always so remarkable to hear other people's journey to me. I always find inspiration in other people's stories.